what is your overall impression of Hong Kong?
Well, before coming here, we didn't really know Asia too well. I have done my career in Europe, in several European capitals. And so this is a big adventure for us, and we are impressed from the beginning. And there's one thing that surprised us was the amount of green in these mountains and nature parks.
Yes, because we love hiking. So this is really one thing that we do a lot. And we have been in many of the mountains already, and we continue that. But there's a lot of other things that we like here. It's not only the mountains, it's the safety of the city. That you don't have to be afraid when you go, even in the late night if you are walking there. So you can just do it, no problems. And then another thing that we like here is the public transportation. You know, when it's bad weather, so one of our hobbies is to take these double-deck buses and go around the Hong Kong, and you go to the upper floor and sit in front of there, and it's really nice way of seeing the Hong Kong. And we just go into the bus and we have no idea where it goes.
So that sort of things. And then we enjoy the cultural life also in the cultural center and city hall. So various kind of concerts constantly. That's great.
So what specific places do you often visit for nature?
So it's different places. Okay, one of our favorite is Saigon. So that is really, and there you have, what is the name of the mountain that we really like?
Mao Shan.
Mao
Do I
Shan.
pronounce it correctly? Mao Shan. It's basically between Shatin and Saigon. There's a big mountain.
So it's beautiful hike there. So when you hike there, you can see on both sides, you have the sea. And so that is one. And then of course all the islands that you have here. So it's so many that it's impossible to tell all of them. Last weekend we went here in Hong Kong Island. We went the Wilson Trail.
Kind of close to Titan Reservoir.
But not in the reservoir, but up there.
Yeah, I think Hong Kong is really a good place for those who is very fond of hiking.
Yeah.
So compared to other ancient cities, what unique and irreplaceable characteristics does Hong Kong possess?
And of course, in general, the way how the public transportation is organized, that's really, I guess, one of the best in the world, if not the best.
But one thing that was when we came here to Hong Kong, actually, that was new for us, that so much of the pedestrians are there above the street levels that when you cross the streets, actually you don't cross the street like here, but you go from one building to another and you have those bridges. That took some time for us, but that we realized that it's actually quite practical.
Yeah, it's very convenient,
Yeah.
but it takes time to get familiar with this infrastructure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we live in the mid-levels here in Hong Kong Island, and just constantly realize how quiet and peaceful it is. Not this sort of a big city noise, like in normally in big cities you have noise, and so in Hong Kong this is a big city, but at the same time it's not in such a way stressful in terms of the volumes and noises that big cities contain.
Yeah, we can often find a place to escape from the hustle and bustle of the city.
Yes, that is true. Yeah.
And could you recommend a place and a type of food in Hong Kong for Finnish residents?
So you have this one dim sum place that got this Michelin star. It's Tim Ho Wan. That is one of my favorites. That we have a lot of visitors from Finland because everybody wants to come to see Hong Kong while we are here. So we always go there. This is one absolutely our favorite place, and of course to eat some local Hong Kong food. So also the street food is so nice here. And then bakehouse and their egg tarts. Those are our one really big favorites. And for that we have to queue.
So, but we go every week to bakehouse to look for some bread and some sweet stuff.
Yeah, I also like the bread baked by Mrs. Kantola.
Okay.
The last time in Hong Kong MU.
Okay.
So, what destinations would you recommend if Hong Kong residents want to travel to Finland?
But the typical and that Hong Kong people know very well attraction in Finland is northern Finland, Lapland, the home of Santa Claus, and that's the place to see Aurora. But then I would say there's two other geographic areas in Finland which would be worthwhile to visit. One is the lake region, which is a really big part in the central Finland. The central Finland contains a lot of those really lovely sceneries. That's second, and then thirdly, the archipelago in southwestern Finland, close to the city of Turku. That's also a place to see.
And then not the places, it can be everywhere, but the Finnish forest. It's so different than the forest here in Hong Kong. And if it's like the fall time when they are coming, when all the berries are growing, because in Finland you have this every man's right that you can go into the forest and you can pick up berries. We have bilberries, lingonberries, raspberries, cloudberries, whatever. And so that would be also one thing to do in Finland. Go into the forest.
And pick mushrooms.
And then also mushrooms, yes.
We know that there is close cooperation between Hong Kong and Finnish universities, such as the collaboration between Hong Kong MU Pace and Santa Claus University of Applied Sciences, Turku University of Applied Sciences, University of Jyväskylä, etc. What do you think of the educational cooperation between Hong Kong and Finland so far?
It's traditionally indeed been quite strong, and the bulk of this cooperation relates to the student exchange. So students going there for one semester. Then some students who do their master's degrees from Hong Kong to go to Finland. And my assessment is that annually from Hong Kong, roughly 150 students go to Finland to do this student exchange, and then a little bit smaller number from Finland coming to Hong Kong universities, and they are in various universities in Hong Kong. We have met these students, and what we keep on hearing from them is Finnish students here, they seem to enjoy, and they seem to be very happy with the quality of the education in the universities. And Hong Kong students, when we have met them before they have departed to Finland, they are, of course, it's an adventure for them to go to Finland, and they are eager to hear about life in Finland. And so the student exchange is now back on the level where it was before the COVID restrictions. Maybe it's even growing a little bit from that. And then there also has been kind of academic exchanges over the years. We have some more than 10 Finnish professors who are working in Hong Kong universities, and I met them recently, and they also seem to highly appreciate the standard of the universities here in Hong Kong, and seem to be pleased with the work here.
So, will there be further educational cooperation?
I'm sure there will be, and as time goes by, it's largely depending on the relations between universities, Finnish universities and Hong Kong universities. And then I can mention in Macau, just 1 year ago, they started a new international school. Name of the school is Generation School, and that is very much making use of Finnish pedagogical models and partly also curriculum. And there's, in fact, this year there's 10 teachers from Finland in that school. So it shows that there's room for developing cooperation in educational field.
Thank you. So, apart from education area, which areas have great potential for future cooperation between Hong Kong and Finland?
I would, in a way, go again to the sustainability field. It's kind of horizontal theme that goes into all the business activities now, and everywhere in the world, countries and companies are making effort to produce more sustainable solutions. And we talk about green transition, which is this process to reduce the use of fossil fuels and to respond to this climate change concerns. And Finland has, I would say, Finland is in the forefront in this work and has a lot to offer. And one area that we have been showcasing here are kind of bio-based materials. For instance, to replace the use of plastic. Bio-based are more sustainable. And we have a very strong forest industry and a lot of forest in Finland. So our forest industry companies are now developing responses to this challenge, climate change challenge, and hopefully will help to save the earth.